Hey everybody, welcome to our first episode of Gettin Buzzed. I'm Dustin Brackett, CEO and founder of HIVE Digital Strategy, and with me today is Michael Tebow. He's our business development manager at HIVE.
Yeah. So Dustin and I have been talking about kicking off a podcast now for a couple of months. I think everybody in our office is kind of part of that podcast craze where everybody's kind of got their head down and headphones in and they're listening to murder mystery or sports or news, comedy, something. And so that's exactly why we wanted to start a podcast, because as kind of marketing experts and with our team, we thought this is an easy way to mix in kind of that business podcast, but at the same time, we wanted to add something that was different, something that showed kind of our Colorado roots and gave kind of a fun spin. So that's why we named it Gettin Buzzed. We wanted to hopefully give you a few tips or whatever it might be per episode to help your business move forward, help you in marketing, and then hopefully give you maybe a new spirit, a new wine, a new beer.
New favorite.
Something to go out and try for that weekend.
Absolutely. So today we're actually drinking Citradelic. It's actually one of my favorite beers from New Belgium. New Belgium is
okay.
a local Denver brewery. They're actually a pretty big deal now.
Yeah.
So, but it's a tangerine IPA, and like I said, one of my favorites. So
yeah.
Here's to our first
Cheers,
podcast.
man. This is exciting.
Great. And so today, and every week, we'll have a different marketing topic that we're covering, or sales topic, right? And so today we're actually talking video email.
One of my favorites.
Absolutely. So, Michael, before we get into video email, why don't you give our listeners or viewers kind of a background of you, and how did your sales career kind of get started? You know, what was it like when you started down this career path?
Yeah, sure. So I started my career in sales right out of college. So this is what I've been doing for the last almost 7 years. I graduated from the University of Colorado Boulder back in 2013 with a degree in communications, and kind of going into college, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Ended up on a communications degree, which again doesn't really give you kind of that idea as to what you want to do. But probably around my junior year, I decided, I wanted to do something that every day was a little bit different. I didn't want to be stuck behind a computer just crunching numbers in a finance degree or something. Sure. I knew I wasn't good enough at math for engineering, and so realistically, I just wanted to solve issues, and I wanted to talk to people, and I wanted to get out and about, and sales was kind of that perfect career for me. So as I mentioned, kind of started back in 2013, spring of 2013, and my first job, I was in kind of a real ground and pound type sales job where it was, don't let the phone sit for 30 seconds, smile and dial, make as many phone calls as you can, and that'll get you to your sales number.
Right. That was kind of always the mentality, right? With sales, it's, what's your output?
Right.
How many emails can you send? How many phone calls can you make? How many doors can you knock?
Right.
That's interesting. So obviously a lot's changed over the last even year, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's where we kind of wanted to bring this video email topic. So, what is video email, first of all?
So video email, if you aren't familiar, it's really just kind of this new wave technology where you're not able to actually put a video directly in, but you're able to embed kind of that link. And so there's a lot of different free extensions to do this. We personally use Vidyard here at HIVE, but I've used BombBomb in the past and other companies. But what it is it's just rather than sending a text email, you're sending a video email to get the same message across.
Okay. And so how has, you mentioned just the smile and dial, right? Like, got to make 100 phone calls, 200 phone calls a day.
Sure.
How is that kind of evolved with your use of video email?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you touched on it kind of at the beginning as far as that kind of mentality and that kind of work ethic and urgency is never going to go away. Sales is always going to be a number game. You're never going to bat 1,000 or, hit every single one out of the park. Not every prospect that you fall in love with is going to fall in love with you, and that's just part of the nature of the beast. So kind of what has changed is, the prospecting on the front end. When you're in a smile and dial type sales environment, you're not really prospecting these people. You're just seeing a name, seeing a number, maybe seeing the company, and you're calling them and hoping that they're willing to give you 5 minutes of their time or whatever it might be. With the video email, you really need to prospect it a little bit more. So you can certainly make the blanket videos, and I use quite a bit of them in my sales automation, but typically my first outreach in a video email sequence is going to be a really personalized video that shows some sort of intrigue and makes that prospect want to open that video.
Okay, that makes sense. And so does that mean like your numbers have gone down, like as far as how many people you're reaching out to? And what does that kind of look like? How much extra time is kind of the video piece taking?
So yes, I would certainly say my numbers as far as outreach have gone down drastically, but still seeing a high number of conversions or meetings set and things like that through more of a personalized outreach, which in turn is getting my sales goal, quicker or whatever it might be. So yeah, I mean, again, just spending more time on the front end, being able to qualify leads, being able to figure out, hey, these people do need my help, and I see a problem on their website or their social media or something that we can help with. That's really helping me versus just calling and dialing, and then they're like, well, did you even look at our website? And it's like,
right.
Kind of,
Sure. So it's still a numbers game, right? Like
yeah.
You mentioned that, like you still have to have the output.
Right.
But it's not necessarily, hey, I'm going to make 200 phone calls today.
Right.
It's I'm going to touch these X number of prospects because I know they're a good fit for us.
Yeah. Realistically, it's about 5 video emails a day. I'm still doing other outreach tactics, but just focusing on the video email portion, I'm doing about 5 a day, which translates to 20 a week, which translates then to 80 a month, and so about 120 maybe a quarter.
Okay.
But at a 20 to 25% conversion rate, that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Numbers.
So you kind of mentioned like you're just doing like the maybe 5 a day,
yeah.
right? So has it like completely replaced your other email outreach or phone calls or how does it fit in kind of with that mix?
Yeah, I mean, because we are a digital marketing company, I'm not door to door. I'm not really face to face selling as much, but the original outreach, I'm still putting a lot of people into kind of our email automation and getting people through sequences with different messages and whatever it might be. I'm
like
still
normal text emails.
Yeah, exactly.
Like okay.
I'm still calling every person that gets into a sequence. I'll still call multiple times throughout my outreach to that company or to that specific person. I'm still connecting with everybody on LinkedIn and sending messages when they connect with me and things like that. But at the beginning of each quarter, if I select, like I said, maybe 120 of my top prospects, companies that I know fit our business model and our verticals and things like that, those are going to be the people that I spend a little more time on, send that personalized video email, and again, kind of get that higher conversion.
So it's a little bit of like account-based marketing, right? Like,
yeah.
So you're identifying who you want to reach out to. It's not just, hey, I'm going to open up the white pages, right? Like, I mean, there aren't white pages really anymore, but
yeah.
like it's not just hey, let's go through a list and call everyone on there or send an email to everyone on there. It's, hey, we know you're a good fit for us. We know we can help you. Here's kind of some personalized content, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm kind of in a lucky position to where everything I'm doing is digital. So I'm able to go through people's websites. I'm able to go through their social media or whatever it might be, and I'm able to show that in those videos. So if you run your own HVAC business,
can't really show a website because
yeah,
it's not relevant.
Exactly. And if you're showing them the inside of their vents, then you're probably going to jail the next day. So, no, but if you own a business, we do a lot in education. So let's say you are the marketing manager at CU Boulder. If I'm able to show you your website, you're probably going to be a little bit intrigued. And then you look down and there's a little bubble of smiling Michael, and it says, "Hi, Dustin," or something. So now you know, okay, this is definitely going to me because it says my name on a whiteboard, plus my website is pulled up. I'm going to be a little intrigued to click on that video, watch it. And so those are some of the ways that you use video email It used to always be, hey, you had to have the best subject lines, right? That's how people opened your emails, is you had something that was intriguing or fun or funny or something like that. They open it, and now you've got a quick paragraph to quickly explain why they should give you a call back or something like that. That video really knocks down a lot of those barriers.
Sure. So you kind of mentioned, like, you got this kind of personalized upfront feel, right?
Yeah.
What are some of your other kind of, you're showing a website and you got the whiteboard. What are some of kind of your best tips? Like, how can somebody, watching or listening today kind of really start with video email? And, what are some of those tips that they can implement right away so they, get a return on it?
Right. I think number one, you want to work on your setting. You want to have good lighting. You want to have something that's inviting, something that people want to click on, right? If you're creepily in a dark room, nobody's going to want to watch that.
Nobody wants to see you in your dungeon?
Yeah, exactly. So you want to have a good setting, something that's inviting. You want to keep it super digestible. It's just like writing a cold email. If you're writing 8 paragraphs, nobody's going to read that. That's too much for them. It's a waste of time. Same thing with the videos. Nobody's going to watch a 5-minute video. So keep it short and sweet. Keep it between 30 seconds to 60 seconds, I'd say. And that's something that's digestible, that's not intimidating. Once they click on that link, they think, all right, I've got a minute to, watch this.
Sure.
But yeah, I think those are some of the things that really break down a lot of those barriers that cold emails have right now.
Okay. And so obviously, at HIVE, we're very data driven, right? Everything, all of our decisions we're making based on, like, okay, what does the data actually say?
Sure. Yeah.
Is there any data that you have or that you get, like, through, you mentioned Vidyard or BombBomb? Like, how do you know if somebody's watching your video or how much of it they're watching, or what that looks like?
Yeah. So there's a couple things. Again, everything we do is marketing automation. So that's showing me how many more people are converting through my video emails versus through just my regular text email sequences. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm probably getting maybe 4 to 6 people that click through and convert through a regular text, but about 20 to 25% through a video email. So the numbers drastically jump there. Again, currently we're using Vidyard. Every time that somebody watches a video, and everyone is labeled differently. If I've got one that's labeled CU Boulder video email, anytime that video is watched, it tells me that it was opened. So then I know, hey, either I'm top of mind right now, I should reach out within the hour, or they're going through and they're responding to my email and saying, no, I'm not interested, or yes, I am interested, or
Sure.
They're scheduling through my online meeting link or whatever it might be. So through all of those, people raising their hands and through just the numbers I see on conversions, I know that the video is working and that it's worth me spending more time on.
Sure, that's great. And, if you couldn't tell already, Michael loves his CU buffs. So
That's right. They'll be used in every example.
That's great. Anything else that you can kind of think of that, the viewers or listeners kind of could get out of, why should they implement video email into their prospecting?
To me, it's just something unique. It's something different, right? Everybody's getting a text email or a cold call. These are all older tactics. And again, they're still tactics that I'm using on a day in and day out basis. They're not dead.
Sure.
I'm not saying get away from them, but if I've got these ideal prospects and people that I really hold close and near and dear, don't I want to be a little unique and be different and show that I'm kind of revolutionary and not just every other sales email that's going in there? It's also really fun. It's interesting. It's helped me through my audio, through my thought process, being on camera, things like that. It's taught me that, not every video needs to be perfect. Adding that humanistic value that, hey, I can relate to this person. This is a real person sending this email, mm-hmm. not just kind of a computer automation or whatever it might be. All these things are helping me stand out, via from the competition. And then I think learning my own sales style, right? I'm not that woo, bubbly, over the top kind of in videos, but it's kind of taught me, hey, have a better tone, have better posture, do these things, and that's helped me drastically as well. So there's been a lot of benefit for me seeing myself on camera at least 5 times a day.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of good results from it, which has made me buy into it even more.
Well, and I think that's another great point. Like, you're great on camera, like you're very comfortable. Not everyone is. Not
Right.
everyone, sits down in front of the camera and just can go to town.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts, like how can somebody just get more comfortable with it?
I think it's just practice, and I think that's another big thing that I preach is you're going to try something new, and if it doesn't work right away, don't move away from it. Maybe it's going to be 3 weeks, a month, until somebody actually converts and sets a meeting with you or says, yeah, that sounds great, I'd love to meet.
Sure.
But kind of stick to it. Give it a quarter or a decent amount of time. And through just 3 months, you'll see yourself become so much more comfortable, so much quicker in your process.
Yep.
The first week or month that I was doing this, it probably took me half a day, it felt like, to send out 5 videos. And now it's just like one after the other, and they all are much better than those ones that were taking me a lot longer. And so it's a little bit of learning about yourself and your own sales strategies, but just stick with it, give it a little bit of time, and if it doesn't work for you after a quarter, stop doing it. But I think you'll find that you're getting a lot more conversions, a lot more interaction, and at the same time learning a lot about your sales strategy.
That's great. Well, thank you, Michael. I think that's a lot of great information.
Yeah.
It was something that we hadn't really done until you kind of came along, and definitely can say that it has had a big impact for us.
Yeah, great.
So this last segment, it's how's the buzz, right? We want to talk, kind of bring it back around to the beer, because
Totally.
it all revolves around the beer. What's your thought? I said up front, this is one of my favorites. So.
Yeah. I like it, man. Kind of cracking this open. I thought tangerine, it might be a little bit too sour, might be a little bit too sweet, and I'm not a big sour beer guy, but this is really hitting home. It's refreshing. It's got that kind of strong IPA kick to it, so I really like it. I'd definitely buy
So you got a little buzz?
a 6-pack. Well, not going to say that on camera or at the office, but yeah, I'd say this beer is pretty good.
Perfect. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast or YouTube channel. We'll have a new episode each week with a different topic and guests. So, again, Michael, thank you for joining us. And
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
cheers.